Hey Freedom Lovers, this is Dr. Peterson Pierre with America's Frontline Doctors bringing you today's Daily Dose. A Florida high school is declining to renew the contract of a teacher who called a student by their gender identity name without first getting permission from the parents. I like that. A Florida law passed in 2023 requires educators to obtain written parental consent before using any name for a student other than their legal one. The purpose of the law is to ensure that parents are not left in the dark while their children are groomed and recruited into gender cults. Melissa Calhoun, a teacher at Satellite High School, openly defied that law. She referred to a student by a preferred name, thereby aiding the child's psychological confusion. The student's parent reportedly notified Brevard Public Schools, BPS, which then made the decision not to renew Calhoun's contract for the following year. Quote, BPS supports parents' rights to be the primary decision makers in their children's lives, and Florida law affirms their right to be informed, end quote, said BPS spokesperson Janet Murnigan in a statement. She goes on to say, quote, after the accusation was made, the district conducted a detailed investigation. Based on the teacher's own admission that she knowingly did not comply with state statute, she received a letter of reprimand. Teachers, like all employees, are expected to follow the law, end quote. Imagine that. This is a small but critical step in clawing back parental authority, which has been systematically stripped away under the pretense of affirming gender identity. In California, schools hide students' gender dysphoria from parents. And AB 665 allows children as young as 12 to consent to gender counseling without parental knowledge or approval. Several schools in California have been running secret clubs that indoctrinate children into gender ideology without their parents' knowledge. When asked why her school was operating a secret LGBTQ club behind parents' backs, Pleasant Grove Elementary Principal Deidre Wood said, quote, because we fear there will be parents that say no, end quote. The right of parents to direct the upbringing and education of their children is not a courtesy extended by the state. It's a constitutional guarantee under the Due Process Clause of the 14th Amendment. Any effort to socially transition a child without parental involvement is a direct violation of that right. It is by definition usurpation. George Washington warned us plainly, quote, let there be no change by usurpation, for this is the customary weapon by which free governments are destroyed, end quote. That warning's not theoretical. It is unfolding in real time, especially here in California. When state-run institutions position themselves to impose a new moral framework on children while deliberately excluding parents, they're not educating. They are usurping parental authority. This tactic comes straight from the Marxist model, which seeks to fracture individual identity and dismantle the family unit because the family is a barrier to centralized control. Severing the parent-child bond is a prerequisite for ideological capture. That is why gender ideology demands secrecy. Parents are rebranded as non-affirming, unsafe, uninformed, outdated. And in their place, a new authority steps in, the state. Ladies and gentlemen, only the truth will set you free. Stay tuned for the next Daily Dose.